thought the summer was over when Bachelorette ended. Think again. Unog. 4. Bachelor in Paradise kicked off and we were reintroduced to 13 men and women looking for love. Let me break down just what happened. First comes love, then comes Bachelor in Paradise. We knew that when 13 people arrived to Tulum, Mexico to find love, they would also find a ton of drama. However, we weren't expecting to see one girl, AshLee Frazier, to be exact, to actually admit that the only reason she came on the show was to meet Graham Bunn. However, it didn't end there. She didn't want anyone else to even get to know him. Bachelor in Paradise breakdown. Right off the bat, we met the original 13 contestants, 7 women and 6 men. Here's the breakdown of how the show will work, since it gets a little complicated. The men were Robert Graham and Ben Scott from Desiree Hartsock S season, Graham Bunn from Deanna Papa's season, and Bachelor Pad 2, and Marquel Martin, Marcus Grote and Dylan Pettit from Andy Dorfman S season. Chris Harrison, Bachelor in Paradise, is the Bachelorette on steroids. The women were Michelle Kujawa from Jake Pavelka S season, and Bachelor Pad 1, Claire Crawley, Elise Mosca and Lacey Fad duo from Juan Pablo S season, and Sarah Heron, AshLee Frazier, and Daniela McBride from Sean Lowe S season. However, midway through the episode, in walked Michelle Money from Brad Womack S season, and Bachelor Pad 2. And it begins. Right from the get-go, Chris Harrison let the ladies and gents know that if you don't make a match, you go home. Each week, the girls will get a date card and choose who they want to go on a date with. At the end of the week, the guys will give out their roses, leaving one to go home. Then it will alternate to the men getting the date cards and the ladies giving out roses the following week. So, that meant there was no time for waiting around. Lacey jumped right in the water with Liam Hemsworth, Robert, and Claire joked that she should have warned her about making out in the ocean. Good one, Claire. Not that that mattered. Just a little bit later, Lacey was in the water with Marcus. AshLee takes ownership of Graham, 24 hours after meeting him. Claire landed the first date card, and even though they bonded the night before, she didn't chose Robert, but instead chose Graham. The most shocked in the house was AshLee, who admitted that she came there for him and was in shock that he would go out on a date after they met. Yes, they had only met 18 hours prior, but apparently the 10-minute convo was pretty intense enough to leave her in her room crying and bashing Claire. Basically, she said every rude dig she could think of, including that Claire wasn't pretty and that she slept with Juan Pablo, so she is obviously going to make a move on Graham. Not to worry, Claire cried it out with a raccoon. No, seriously. However, Claire took the really high road and decided she didn't want to hurt anyone, so she would take Robert on the date instead. AshLee agreed that that was fair, which is obviously the name of Bachelor in Paradise. So to the ruins they went, Claire and Robert, onto a vista, even though she didn't know what a vista was. They had a great time, and I am pretty sure she smiled more during their date than all of Juan Pablo's season. Unfortunately for AshLee, her obsession with Graham was about to get even more rocky, because once Michelle Money walked in, we all remembered the romance she had with Graham when they both were on Bachelor Pad 2. So, she took him off to the side right away and did a secret handshake. So romantic. Date nights everywhere. Here's a breakdown of all the rest of the date nights. Sarah chose Marcus for a super romantic underground oasis. Props to her for being the only woman ever on these shows to bring a one-piece bathing suit, and she looked gorgeous in it. She even kissed him at the end. I totally loved it. Yes, that meant that both guys Lacey went in the water with on night 1, both got dates the following evening. Michelle Money, who every guy in the house was drooling over, chose Marquel, because, well, who wouldn't he? They went on a romantic horseback ride on the beach, followed by a picnic under a palm tree. So sweet. Lacey then chose Robert over Marcus, who was left heartbroken because he was still feeling Lacey and was still feeling Andy, to be honest. Meanwhile, Lacey was too busy making out hardcore in the ocean after a candlelit dinner with Robert. Are you keeping up? Every paradise island has its thorn. At the end of the episode, it was time for the men to hand out roses. However, Michelle K didn't even want to wait for that. She said since she felt no connection, she decided to bow out. To be fair, in the car ride home, she said maybe she already did find love. We'll see that next week, and I promise, it's going to be good. So, here's who got roses and who got the thorny goodbye. Marquel gave his rose to Michelle Money, Graham to AshLee, even though she was a little crazy, Dylan to Elise, Marcus to Lacey, which of course, made Robert rethink the connection he had, Robert to Claire, even though he was getting steamy with Lacey, and Ben to Sarah. Yes, that leaves Daniela, and sadly she was sent home. What did you guys think of the premiere of Bachelor in Paradise? Did you like it? Do you have any favorites yet? Are you still trying to connect everyone? I am too. Until next week.